You actually have to have roughly an average of about 8 or 9. So, yeah. So, an associate's degree is about 62 to 70 credit hours. So, where you're at now, you've probably got, what, like 10 credit hours or something like that, 9? So, each semester you're knocking off about 9 until you get, all your requirements done, and you get close to about 60 or 70 credits. That's when you'll be done with the entire associate's degree.
Say yabba dabba doo.
So, what's the fastest you could get your associate? If you did summer semester.
If you did summer, I mean, honestly, you have to get good grades, right, at the same time.
Yeah.
So it all depends on how much you work. If you work, how much class load you can handle. Technically, the fastest I'd say that I would ever recommend would be for a student to do 5 classes in the fall and spring and maybe like 2 over the summer. But it all depends on where they're starting at in the math and English sequence, because once in every 1,000 students, I get somebody who tests into calculus, right? So they only have to do 1 math and that's it, no prerequisites. And so that takes less time, right? Mm-hmm. So I'd say what you're looking at, going about 3 classes at a time, is probably going to take you about 2.5 years. Okay, if you do 3 over the summer, because it's going to be, because we've got some pre-req classes to do as well, although you do get credit for your math as an elective, this 1010, which is kind of nice. So as we're looking through it, I'm thinking that's going to be a total of about 20 to 25 classes. So if you think that divided by 24 classes divided by 3 is 8 semesters, including the summer, 6, 7, 8, that's about 2.5 years, calendar years. Okay. Did that make any sense?
So C minuses are passing, right?
Pardon me?
C minuses is passing classes, right?
That is passing a class.
Oh, thank you, Jesus.
Okay. So for your next semester, if you do your Math 1010,
I love you, Jesus.
We would just pick something like maybe your computers or like a communications class out of that section, something that's going to be pretty easy, so that you can focus on your math and English.
Remember, computers don't mean Facebook, Maddie.
Yeah, I'd probably do something out of here.
So student choice is what I'm going to write, because technically that's what that category is
What's
called.
the most popular thing coming out of this?
What do you recommend for the communication one?
I think if you're okay with it, the public speaking I think is actually pretty easy. So you just get a topic and you're going to give a speech on it. It doesn't have to be like grammatically amazing or anything, because it's
I passed that one.
Written.
Oh, okay.
I passed it.
And the computer is kind of easy.
I've heard some students say it's really easy, and then other students say it's hard. So I don't really know what to tell you about that one.
That's okay.
I think it's instructor by instructor.
Okay.
So then after the second, so just to sequence this out is what I wanted to do to show you where your math and your English are going to end. And they're both going to end at the same time. So you'll have only 3 semesters of math and English. After that, take whatever you have left in your gen ed and your electives. So you can take time between your English 1010 and 2010 if you want to. You don't have to, you don't have to do these 2 directly in order. I would recommend finishing the 1010 at least, but this one can be done at any point before you graduate. The math, I do not like to break up the time, because I don't want you to forget anything in between classes.
And you are a master forgetter, Maddie.
And you have to do 2010 as part of your general.
The English, yes. So the math you choose from one of those 4, and that I will have another advisor, whoever is here, maybe me, when you get 2 semesters later and figure out what you're going to do. So here, if you're doing a hard math and a hard English, that's why I'd say you might think about doing the English in
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Because that English is going to be hard.
It's not hard, but it is going to be more demanding than previous ones. So I'm just putting social science as your other class in that semester, but like I said, you can start mixing it up by that point. As long as you're doing, relatively decent in your classes, we don't really hang over your head and tell you like what you have to do or anything.
Yeah.
You should do that.
So it's just sort of advising. Just kind of the idea. If you have a difficult math, you might want to spend more time focusing on it, so you might want to make sure that your other classes are a little easier, that sort of thing. Okay. You're also able to build elective classes in here anywhere. So if you see a class and you really want to explore that class, you see it and you're just like, even if it's like fashion 1010, right? You're like, I want to know if this is right for me and I want to kind of know now. You can go ahead and take that class. It's okay. You can do your generals a little later, because right now you need both elective and general credit.
That'd be awesome for you.
You just want to make sure that you don't, do like tons of electives and no generals or something like that. You want it to be kind of balanced. Okay?
She'd be good at fashion.
I bet you would.
Do like
no, she would. She's a fashion guru.
Maybe another elective I could do 4.
If you wanted to be full time, absolutely. Yep. But I think you get kind of how to add in the full-time part, right? Like you kind of get where you're picking your classes from and what to add. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Perfect.
And remember, tell your PO officer what you're doing too.
I don't have a PO officer.
Well,
I never will.
Yeah, you
Just
will.
in case.
You know what her name is around college.
What?
What's
Last call, Madison.
Why is it last call?
You tell me. I don't make this stuff up.
You just made it up.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
I'm an honest man. Well, thank you.
You are very welcome.
I'm putting this on YouTube.